Welcome to day 2 of our meditation challenge. So, if you're not participating in the meditation challenge, that's okay. You're going to gain some important insight in this video as well. So, if you're watching this, show some love, press the like, put some emojis in the air with it. Let me know that you're watching. And when you like it, when you comment on this makes sure that more people are going to be able to see it. Works in those Facebook algorithms. So we want to be able to share the love and create more mindfulness in the world. What does that mean? What does it mean to create more mindfulness in the world? What if more people were responding instead of reacting? What if more people were focused on the present moment and worrying less? What if more people were happy? Could you imagine how the world would change? So, we are trying to change the world by allowing and teaching and sharing mindfulness practices. Now, meditation, if you're new to meditation or if you're curious about meditation, meditation is not a religion. In fact, mindfulness meditation is boiled down to get all the religious aspects out and say, what is the commonalities? Now, a lot of meditation is included in different religions as well, such as praying or just sitting in solitude, expressing gratefulness, gratitude. All of those components are still here and they're still there as well. So you will see some commonalities. And I find when you really learn and practice mindfulness meditation, if you do have a religious practice, you'll find that it's strengthened. So, whatever your practice might be, this is here to support you. Now, today's talk, we are talking about sitting with discomfort. This is where I get a lot of questions whenever I host meditation facilitation or just talk to people about meditation. They say, what if I'm sitting in meditation? Should I move? Am I not supposed to move? Am I supposed to move? And this varies. So it depends on what your intention is. So if you are constantly reacting to things, if you're doing things without thinking about it, such as, and we are specifically talking about this month, mindful eating. So if you find that you are one that gets a craving and before you know it, you've got food in your mouth, that is a reaction. And we want to change our reactions into responses. Responses mean that you have that moment of pause, that you have that moment where you yourself are making a decision instead of feeling the impulses. So if you are led by impulses, and if you're led by impulses, if you have emotional eating or just impulses with eating, reacting, anything of that sort, please drop a comment. Let people know that they are not alone in this struggle. All right. So, if you're having impulses, if you're having a lot of habitual responses to things, then sitting in discomfort, the practice of that can be very, very beneficial. Let's have an example. You're sitting in meditation and your nose itches. And you could easily just let your hand come up and scratch it. You may have no choice, no awareness. It just seems that your hand does it automatically without thinking about it. And no big deal. Then there could be the situation where you're sitting there and your nose itches and you're like, oh crap, I'm going to have to move. I didn't want to move. Now my nose itches. And you make a decision to then scratch your nose. You're sitting there, third scenario, and you go, no, I am not going to scratch my nose. I said I was going to not move. I'm practicing discomfort, and you choose to not scratch the nose. Now, this is where a lot of controversy comes into play, where some people are like, just, you're in meditation, just scratch your nose and be done with it. Don't think about it, just do it. But if you are trying to build this specific zone, if you're trying to build that muscle, then what I would recommend is to watch the itch. And I know you're like, how can I watch it? Meaning in meditation, we work to be the observer. We work to observe. So by observing, we would notice, oh, this really itches. I'm noticing the intensity of the itch. And instead of sitting there and judging yourself and allowing all this mental chatter to happen, what you would then do is you would just breathe, refocus on something else, and then see if you can notice when the itch went away. And at what point? How long did it last? You're being the observer. Now, again, that builds up a muscle inside of you, a tolerance, rather. It builds up this tolerance to be able to say, when I'm feeling uncomfortable, such as when I am having an emotional craving, which can be slightly painful, like an itch, like an itchy nose, this this impulse happens, and instead of giving into the impulse, I'm going to watch that emotion. I'm going to sit with that discomfort. So what we would hope to gain is that in the future, and we build this up, that you'll start to notice a difference, so that when you have this craving, such as maybe you're suddenly like, I need ice cream, I must have ice cream, and you find yourself going to the fridge, checking the cabinets, rummaging for anything and everything to fix this impulse that you have. Instead, what you would find yourself doing is sitting down into your meditation seat and watching this feeling, observing this feeling. And then deeper into your practice, the more you would do that, it would slowly build into, what is this feeling? What is the emotion behind this impulse? Oh, I'm really just wanting a distraction. What am I wanting a distraction from? Oh, I'm wanting a distraction from this feeling that I have. What is this feeling? Okay, what are the events that led up to this feeling? And then you start to recognize, oh, I'm sad, or I'm lonely, or I'm upset, or I don't feel good enough, whatever it might be. And so we work our way up to that. But first and foremost, to get yourself to the point where you can stop and pause, we would first want to build up our tolerance to not react. All right. So your homework today is to sit down and to meditate. Now, to meditate just simply means that you would be breathing in and out, in and out. And you would be telling yourself, breathing in, breathing out. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And it could just be in, out, and we're noticing the sensation of the breath. And then notice when you have the impulse to shift your seat. I know for me, I get a lot of tension in my neck, and before I know it, I'll just be stretching my neck, and I'm like, oh, no, that was an impulse that I reacted to. I need to stop. I need to say, how can I energetically realign the energy within my neck? And so then I might focus on the right side of my neck, focus on the left side of my neck, focus on the front, no, focus on the back, and see if I could stretch the muscles of my neck just with using my mind, instead of having that impulse to react and respond, and instead respond with, this is what I'm going to choose to do instead. By that, we start to build up our ability to choose instead of react out of habit. And we can rewire our habits in that sense as well. So do the practice, come back, comment, send me a message, tell me how it went. I'm really curious to see how that goes for you. And of course, meditation is best when we practice it daily, at the same time each day. Not the same amount of time. You could do 5 minutes one day, 20 minutes the other. But if you're going to meditate, for example, every day at 7 a.m., then you would meditate every day at 7 a.m. The consistency of every day is far more important than doing it for 20 minutes and only 20 minutes. So take this practice, try it out today, send me a message, comment below, and I'm curious how that works for you. Let me know if you have any questions. I am always here, and I love answering meditation questions. If you are interested, I have the full course, Meditation Level 1, and if you're interested in that, just drop a comment below and I'll send you the information. Sending you love, and best wishes on meditating. You are worthy. You are enough. And everything is available to you. You just have to allow yourself.